Next up, we have Valhalla by Xe, apparently featured on K-Shoot Mania, Sound Vortex, and Osu. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I am a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way that you don't have to be a professionally trained musician to understand what is happening here musically. If you're watching this on the video archive and you like the sound of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Keep in mind, this is my first time hearing this song and we're doing this live on stream, so I will be pausing this a lot, as I will be pointing things out as I hear them. And then again, we are live on stream, doing this all in a single take, so I might stumble upon my words. At the time of recording, I messed up my shoulder, so I'm in pain as well. So that gets distracting every once in a while, so I might have to recoup my thoughts here and there. But yeah, there you go. That's that. If you want to listen to this track without me interrupting, I will be linking it down below. So let's do this. Valhalla. Let's see what we got here. Let's go. Okay, we got an intro there. Okay, very cool intro right there. A very interesting way of, I wouldn't say, no, it's a very useful way of checking the entire range of the piano. Because it was basically going all the way to the bottom of the piano and then doing this very, very lovely motif in the very top. Is this going to be the motif for the rest of the track? I don't know. Once again, the motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed from which everything else comes from. And we had this synth, very common in electronic music, to build up all that kind of stuff. Milmal, welcome to today, and Runaya, welcome to today. How you doing? So yes, we built up, and I heard a drum dropping. Let's see. Let me back up a second or two to hear this again. Let's see how this goes. Ooh. Okay, so we went back to the piano. Ooh. I like this. We're doing variations on the motif very fast at times, and I really liked that ambience being used both forwards and backwards. That was kind of one, I think it's used backwards, where you take a track or an audio sample and you set it to play in reverse. So it gives you this whole feeling of this. So it seems like it was played both forward and reverse at the same time to give this very interesting, like, crystal, I don't even know how to describe this, like going through a cloud feeling. Let's see where this goes with the piano, because the piano is going all over the place in terms of harmony. Harmony being the whatever chords you're using, right? Like whatever key signature you're in and that kind of stuff. Let's see. Oh, very lovely cadence there. Oh, I hope that was not my computer. Okay, so what C is doing here a lot is called deceptive cadences. So, once again, everybody, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension, or you are resolving that tension. Usually, this middle point over here is called your cadence. Now, when it comes to creating and resolving these tensions, you want to stay in what is called your key signature in your harmony, which is just, the set of chords that you've picked for whatever musical scale that you want. A deceptive cadence is when you resolve the cadence into another place, not the one that is intended to be, or the expected one for the scale that you're in. So let's say in the key of C. If you're on the key of C and you have a cadence, you are expected to use your cadence to stay in the key of C. However, when you do a deceptive cadence, many times, instead of landing your cadence on C, you might end up going to a completely different key while still having that same cadence. So in the most common one done in classical music would be going from C to A, or nowadays with jazz, it's to literally any other key. So it could be, oh, we are in C, let's start the cadence in C, and now we're in G sharp. Why? Deceptive cadence. So that's what C is doing here a lot. It's giving us this very, very difficult to keep track of harmony, because he's changing key signatures a lot with these deceptive cadences, which is a pretty ballsy thing to do, because one of the things that you want to do with music is that you want to make sure that your listener stays within a familiar area. And right now we're doing a lot of changes. This is a risky move. It's a risky move. But let's see. Let's see where you take this. Let's see where you take this. Oh, finally a drum. Let's see. Okay, so we brought in the electronic elements over here, and we took a good chunk of the chords that we had been playing here in that very weird time signature that we're having. Time signature, of course, being the time it takes that you're expecting things to happen. For example, as I said, all the time, we look at 4/4. Upper number is the number of notes. Lower number is the type of notes. In English, super easy. Whole notes is 1, half notes is 2, quarter notes is 4, so this would be 4 quarter notes, eighth notes is 8, so on and so forth. So when it comes to these, it could be one of two things. It could be syncopation, or it could be odd time signatures. Syncopation is playing against the beat. So in 4/4, you are counting 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And syncopation means playing anywhere in between those. 1, 2, 3, 4. That kind of thing. When it comes to odd time signatures, well, that's the thing. You're just using odd numbers. Usually 3 is not 3, 4, 6, 8 are not really considered odd time signatures, but something, for example, like a 5/8 or a 7/8, those are considered odd time signatures. You know, like, and if we were to do a 5/8 followed by a 7/8, taka takita taka taka takita taka takita taka taka takita taka takita taka taka takita. So it gives you the sense of instability, and we're doing something like that. Now, a very, very good thing to note right now is that C has not given us an entire, it has not given us a beat to keep up with. So there's very long stretches of silence underneath this whole thing, which does not allow us to know, is this syncopation or are these time signatures? Is 7/4 odd? Yes, it would be. The difference between a 7/8 and a 7/4, Neptuno, welcome to today, by the way. The difference between a 7/4 and a 7/8 is the way that you count them, because many of these, many time signatures will contain the same number of notes. And it's all a matter of how you count them, because at the end of the day, music notation is about communicating the music to somebody else. So let's say in 7/8, you are counting subdivisions, because you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 eighth notes in the bar, and it's up to you how to count the subdivisions. The subdivisions is which groups you want to do. So usually you can have like 2, 2, and then 3, which is one of the most common ones. You know, taka taka takita taka taka takita taka taka takita, and you can change that in between those. However, when it comes to a 7/4, you are counting the quarter notes, and you're doing this a lot slower. So while a 7/8 is gonna be paka paka pakita 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3, or you can combine these. You know, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. You can do this kind of stuff. When it comes to a 7/4, you are looking at a bigger picture. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So you could say those are subdivisions, But now we're looking at a broader, bigger picture, and it's not going to have that same sense of acceleration. Because 7/8 will sound a lot faster than 7/4. But at the end of the day, it matters most of how you communicate this to the other musicians and how you write this down. Because you can absolutely have 7/4 be super fast, and you end up with a 7/8. So a lot of these things, it matters the intent of the composer and how the composer communicates and how skilled the composer is at communicating these things. Never really know how signatures really works. Nice to know. I've been using a lot of actually means. Yes, so you do want, like, every time signature will have a purpose. And there are certain cliches that you might want to adhere to for some of these things. Can you explore outside of that? Absolutely. But you want to make sure that your pieces are as easy to read and communicate as you can possibly make them. Let's continue. Let's see where you take this, because again, this whole thing came because we don't know what C is doing over here. We are reintroduced to the piano after hearing one drum beat. Let's see where this is taken. Oh, and I just noticed the glockenspiel. I just noticed the piano is being doubled by a glockenspiel. Now, when it comes to music composition and orchestration, doublings is as it sounds. You have one or more instruments playing the same thing. Now, when it comes to a piano versus a glockenspiel usually can't play too many notes. Let me show you what a glockenspiel looks like. It's this very lovely, tiny looking xylophone. It sounds like little bells. It's a tiny instrument, it's a beautiful instrument, and it's played with mallets, and usually you have 2 mallets to play with it, which means you can only play up to 2 notes. So when it comes to a doubling, we have the piano playing full chords, and usually for the doubling, you are going to have the instrument that can't do chords highlight the melody. And this is how you get the motif developed. Because now we are revisiting the motif. While the piano is playing those chords, we have the glockenspiel up there actually playing the melody. Let's see where you're taking this. Oh, we used a bass. Okay, drums. A horn section. Ooh. Okay, so we bring in some strings. We bring in a horn section, which I think this is a band horn section and not an orchestral horn section. So that would be a saxophone, maybe 2 trumpets, and a trombone, as opposed to 2 trumpets, 2 trombones, tuba, because I think I heard a saxophone over there. The drums are not doing us any favors here to see whether or not we are in a time signature or not, which is, again, a very, very ballsy thing, and we do have some violins playing this melody. It's a very interesting take on... It's a lot of risks being taken over here by C. Many, many risks being taken, but I'm liking this. I'm liking the sound of this, like, giving us this... Like, it's reminding me a little bit of some of the Persona soundtracks we've done before. So it's pretty cool in that sense. I'm liking this. And some synth. We replaced the piano with synths and... Oh no, the piano's still there. And yeah, the bass came in as well. It's absolutely insane, this bass line. Yeah, usually one of the most skilled players you're going to have is the bass player. COQYT, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mosh Pit. Welcome to today. Yeah, no, it's insane. And we turned it down. Oof. Oof. You thought already? Well, that's fixed now. Oh. Okay, so we bring in a contrasting theme. So this whole part that we heard from the very beginning up until here, that could have been just in terms of structure, part A. everything we just heard was part A, because it was all based on the same musical ideas. When it comes to music, your form or structure is going to be this kind of thing. So we were in A, now we are in B. It was a very smooth transition too. Considering how everything is pretty hectic in this piece, it's really, really cool that we then just hit the reset button, back to the piano we go, introduce the new theme. Again, when it comes to A and B, you don't want to introduce anything too new. Like, you don't want the theme in B to be completely unrelated. So we are keeping a bunch of elements, like the rhythm is pretty similar. We're keeping a somewhat similar melody, but it looks like it's developed now to be something different. Let's see what other changes are made. Oh, we actually have a drum set. We actually have the drums from the start. Some orchestral percussion. And we bring in a lot faster. Ooh. Oh, I love this. I love this. So we are having two things going on at the same time right now. We are having a good chunk of the ensemble playing basically the accents of the rhythm. When it comes to rhythm, you can have accents. And this is very common for things like fusion, gent, jazz, funk. When you have these vertical slices being played of accentuating the chords. And that's what we're hearing right now, right? Like, we're hearing a bunch of the ensemble just playing together in what could be called a tutti. It's not the entire ensemble, but this could count as a tutti. Mania, welcome to the day. How you doing? This could count as a tutti. However, interestingly enough, while we are seeing all these like vertical stinging chords, we have one of the other synths doing these really cool arpeggios, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's really cool. Arpeggios, of course, when you play a chord one note at a time. And we're just having this really, really cool putting down stakes or sticks in the ground while the other one is going up and down, creating like this landscape. It's really, really cool. Let's see. This is really cool. It's really cool. Okay, we resolved that. Now we're moving on to something else, and that's okay, big guy. You already have a song in the queue. Let's see. So now we have that. Oh my god. I am very amazed at how these at how smooth these transitions are for how hectic everything else is. Forgotten, welcome to the day. How you doing? Let's see. And another melody. Ooh, we slowed down the melody a little bit. Okay, so we brought this, I guess, second half of B, where we decided, you know what, let's actually have a full-on melody now. It's beautiful. Like, amongst the chaos, and while having all these chords being stricken so hard, we're having this beautiful, beautiful melody at the same time. This is insane. It's insane how good this is. It's insane. Let's see where this goes. Sometimes the melody keeps up, sometimes it doesn't. It's beautiful. We have a rhythmic section focusing with the horn section. This is insane. This is insane. The amount of layers we have is insane. Zelmek, welcome today. How you doing? Like, it's even giving it like this Latino feeling. And yeah, this whole thing is being driven by the accents, because the drums here are playing a lot, but they are being accentuated to keep those rhythms in place. This is being... I am surprised at how many risks she is taking over here. Or C, I guess, is taking over here. And it's still working. Like, it's holding on by a thread. Like, any mistake here and the whole thing falls apart. But it is keeping together really nicely. Like, this is right on the edge of what works and what doesn't. It's insane. 100 points. No, not Dan. Welcome to the day. Alright. So, bringing back the piano. This Si, senor, there you go. Oh, wow. Okay, so we had this moment that looked like a recapitulation. So it looked like it was gonna be us going back to A for the simple binary. I guess we could call it an A prime. It's just a variation of it. This is and we're just adding elements of both, which again, if you want to make an incredible climax for a piece of music, put as many of the elements that you've introduced throughout the piece for the ending section. And this is insane with how much odd time signatures, how many changes, how much syncopation this is having, all these contradictory elements to it. It still amazes me how well this is working together. Like, this is one of those things that, in theory, it doesn't sound like this piece should work at all. It doesn't sound like it should, but we're hearing it, and it does. This is insane. Yeah, it's a recap of B. A recap of B. Variations of... Work on beat to this? Oh my god. Alright, let's see where you take this. Alright, bring back the piano. Yes, that's going absolutely insane, dude. Okay. We're building up, we're building up, we're building up. And with a slap in the face, you end the track like that. Oh my god, what an absolute set of insanity that was. I can see this being played on like a bullet hell. This is this is insane. This is insane. I have no clue where the hell the theme of Valhalla comes into place with this, but I guess sometimes you just need to give songs a name, right? Like tracks a name. This was insane, though. Oh my god. This was absolutely insane. I'm still processing a bunch of what we heard, but this is a very good example of how stingers, accents, and odd time signatures or syncopation can really carry this whole thing, because there wasn't that much in terms of melody. Like, we had a section where we actually had a melody fully play out, but the rest of the time it was mostly just rhythm and rhythmic stingers with a very elaborate ensemble here. It's insane what happened in this piece. But there you go, there you have it. That was Valhalla by C. Absolutely insane track. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, or this has been a Basterd's LFA. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and I hope I have explained things in a way that you don't have to be one to understand what has happened here musically. If you're watching this on the video archive and you like this, thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, put on notifications, all that good stuff. If you want to listen to this in full without me interrupting, I will be linking it in the description. And, of course, if you want to request a track over and you're not watching on the live stream, join the Discord. Link in description. Go to the LFA requests channel and leave the YouTube link of what you want me to do there. And if you want to watch the streams live, description has the Twitch channel as well as the Discord, which have the schedule tabs and channels that show this the streams in your local time zone so that you don't have to do those calculations. All right, and there you go. Thank you for watching. Really good stuff. I'm still impressed by this, but there you go. Valhalla by Xe. Really good stuff. But yeah,